Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read, and I have 12 signs again for you today. It is August 15th, 2019. It is the day of the full moon. I believe it was this morning around 8 a.m. on the East Coast. And 15 is all about the devil energy, or the shadow, the dark side of the moon. The day adds up to 35-8, which is the 9 of Wands, or the wounded warrior energy. But it's very much about expressing your feelings, back and forth debates, and just heated exchange. So it can be for the good or for the bad, depending on what energy is infused into it, whether it's a negative exchange or a positive exchange. So we have the devil. We're dealing with the devil, or the dark side of your everyday, with the full moon today. So with the devil and the full moon, there's probably some very potent 9 of Wands, wounded warrior energy here, right? A good time to release some wounds. So I hadn't seen my ants in a while, and I saw one this morning has reappeared. It's been, I don't know how long it's been since I've seen an ant. I wasn't keeping track, but I just noticed recently I haven't been seeing any of them. For those of you who know me, you know that I have a couple ants who hang out with me in my kitchen and protect me from all the other ant world. They're my friends. So just one ant was there today. The 12 signs I pulled was at 12, 41, 42, 43 this morning, and the masculine read was done at 10, 37, 38, 39 this morning. It was interesting because I woke at 9:30. I think I woke up at 9:30 yesterday too, which is the Hermit and the 4 of Wands energy. All right, so isolating at home, or it can be also the Wise One in the Union energy. But then 38, 39 is the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups, and that came up again. So I woke up at 9:30, but then I tried to fall back asleep, or I did, and then I woke up again at 38 as it was changing to 39, which is the Queen of Cups and Knight of Cups. So the masculine read was done at the same hours, 10:37 to 38:39. Really 10:38 was when I ended the read. So again, the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups, along with the King of Cups there as well, and the 12 signs at 41, 42, 43, which is the Ace of Cups, the 2 of Cups, and the 3 of Cups. All really beautiful energies. For the masculine today, this full moon day of release. And Aquarius. Interesting, it's Aquarius full moon today because the final card is the Star card. And it starts out with the Page of Cups. So the major arcana here were the Wheel of Fortune, the Great Wheel, and the Sirian Starseed deck, which is the main deck used, these big cards here. So the Wheel of Fortune, the Great Wheel, the Star, and then after the read was the Solar Deity, or the Sun. Those were the only major arcana today. So less than usual, because I've been having at least, like 3 to 6 major arcana most of the time. So this is really low on that scale for the masculine today, as I'm losing my voice, okay? Because he needs to learn to speak up for himself without divine assistance. That's what I was just getting. All right, so 2 cups, 4 pentacles, 2 wands, and 1 sword. So very weighty on the pentacles. So dealing with money or work issues today, or just practical side of life. Pentacles doesn't have to be money. It could just be practical things. So they're the court cards. Page of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and King of Swords. Before the read was the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So there's a lot of players here today. We have the King of Pentacles and King of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Wands before the read, and then 2 knights, the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords was before the read, and the Page of Cups. All right, 2 kings, 2 queens, 2 knights, and a cup, a Page of Cups. The numbers and the code line message here were all about love partnership and spiritual partnership, so all about the partnership. And really, the only difference between love partnership and spiritual partnership is one is considered more 3D and one's considered more 5D. So the numbers here on the code line added up to 43. 43 is the coming together, the 3 of Cups, of joy. But it was 43 coming from 42 and 1. So 42 is the 2 of Cups, and 1 is the Magician, or the Magician embodiment of the 2 in the 2 of Cups, the twin flames, or the soulmates. Then the 7 also came up, which is the Chariot of Ascension, okay, but also that bold move to be strong and rise, go forward. The other numbers that came up were triple 1s in the read today, so 3 aces, 2 out of the 4 aces were upright today, and I'll let you know that in a minute. 12 came up with the Hangman. 45 is the Five of Cups. So definitely some grief came up today in the past and at the end there. 24 came up for the Queen of Wands. She was definitely there in several places today, upright. And then 58 is the Four of Swords, which was reversed energy today. That's that Four of Swords of, quiet, reflection, rest, meditation, but it was reversed today. And then 24, 21. So 24 is the Queen of Wands again, and 21 is the World, or endings. And the World was reversed today. So as we get into this, the message line being about love partnership and spiritual partnership. Definitely the Knight of Pentacles, or the Knight Adept of Crystals, was in the code line today. And the messages I were getting were about, so saying things, so just talking and saying your piece, speaking your truth was coming up here. But say that a bridge or a gateway of soulmates, half of two, right? So the twins are half of two when they're not together. They're not actually one, they're two sovereign beings, half of each other though, okay? Because they share the same etheric body. Loyal servants, clear support for each other in the love or spiritual partnership. Or the saga of the Euro-India gateway, the 4D bridge. So it can be both in the etheric realms and in the 3D realms. The bridge from Europe to India. The Emperor and the High Priestess, half of the two. Acing the loyal servant, the workhorse, the dark horse. The wise support in the love and spiritual partnership with each other. Also, because the Euro-India gateway is coming up, South Africa and South Asia were coming up as the Euro-India, gateway, because, Britain and India. The peace between two opposing views, right? So, but South Africa came up for me first, but then South Asia's there as well, in a Euro-India gateway of partners. The Emperor and the High Priestess. One without the other. You need to ace the loyal. So when you're not with each other, you need to ace being the loyal servant. So you become clear and wise in your support of each other. So you need to be clear in your own. You become sovereign in order to be just more powerful when you come together. So you're always able to support each other and be clear with each other and always be loyal to each other. Okay. So it's coming up not only for the twins, but also for the different countries that have opposing views. They must become sovereign from each other in order to come back together again. So very nice message, actually. Also, mastectomy may come up for someone today. That's where I get the coding of half of two, right? So if you have a mastectomy, just a unilateral one, it's, you feel like you're only half of a whole, but you're learning to stand on your own, right? When you feel like half, so you can find satisfaction on your own. So just think of how powerful it will be when you come together, supporting each other and being loyal to each other in a love and spiritual partnership. So we start off the read with the Page of Cups as the underlying energy. This is the Queen of Wands here. This is the Adept of Orbs, or the Knight of Swords. And then this is the Eight of Pentacles there, or crystals in this deck. And then the Page of Cups on top. The Queen is upright, the Knight is upright, and the Eight of Pentacles is upright, and the Page of Cups. So all 4 of those cards were upright today. The Page of Cups with an heart open wide. The Queen of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and on top of the Page of Cups is the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords, as opposed to the Knight of Swords, although they can parallel as the same person. Because we have the Queen of Wands, the King of Swords, and then the King of Cups reversed, which can be 3 separate people, or it can reference the emotional detachment of the King of Swords. But the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Swords work with the Page of Cups, a child or a message of love, or this could be at work, a new love, puppy love, or Jesus, a workplace partnership. The Queen of Wands being judgmental, or a judgment or an announcement, her call to action, or her making announcements at work, or she is their wake-up call because she just yells a lot, right? Or the messenger of truth, she could be bringing a message or announcement at work, but it can come off as being bitchy, bossing everyone around at the workplace or a group or a church, whatever group it is. The Queen of Wands and the King of Swords together, or they may be together only for a child, but the King of Swords is emotionally detached, or the third person in the group is the King of Cups reversed, emotionally detached, or with emotional or alcohol issues, or the King of Cups reversed is the Page of Cups, possibly disabled adult, or an adult who acts like a loving child but doesn't take responsibilities. Or the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords take care of a sibling's child, all right? So they could parent their niece or nephew. Or a work relationship only between them, conditional love, if any love at all, in a work and child, or only work due to a new love or pure unconditional love offered. The Emperor came up reversed today. Okay, so that can be out of control or abuse of power, but it also can be loss of ego death. So the Emperor reversed is coming up as a head, takes the Divine Masculine back. The Divine Masculine took a journey to visit or revisit the Emperor reversed, always taking him down to feel like a failure, not seeing eye to eye at the full moon especially, with 3 gold coins, Trinity aligns with a dark block, unable to sleep, rest, meditate, or just rising above work situation, alignment or malalignment at the full moon with a child at work, or working to escape dealing with a child, or 5D love messages, blocked by false light of the full moon, or that the Divine Masculine can't rest at the full moon due to a new love, unending love, endless love, okay? And then two hearts that beat as one, our lives have just begun, came up. Out of control, under the radar, feeling like a failure in a partnership, or one-on-one, not seeing eye to eye, or not seeing face to face at the full moon. No rest at work at the full moon. The Queen of Wands barking orders at the Divine Masculine and children. And that was at 11:22. So all through this last paragraph that I was telling you, I was losing my voice a little bit. So there's definitely a father-son issue coming up here, whether the masculine's father has passed or that there's just an ongoing negative relationship there between them, or now just the masculine realizing the abuse he's endured with his father and now finally brave enough to confront him or deal with it, or also could be having lost a father or needing to put a father in a home because they're losing their memory or their mind or some illness, whatever it is. But there's definitely a father-son thing here. Okay. So as I turn the page, it's 11:22. 11 is the Justice, 22 is the Fool. Being with an open heart and taking that leap. Was the Fool? I don't know where the Fool was. I'm trying to think. I don't know if the Fool was upright or reverse. Upright. I thought it was upright. Okay, the Fool is upright. So definitely in that feeling free and taking a leap of faith energy there. So it's hard to align for the masculine right now and crack codes, to rest and to settle down in this full moon energy. The Divine Masculine working tirelessly to open 3 gold coins, or discover or find something that he's looking for, or up at night working with hands creatively, casually, naturally, work that's more suited to him than his daytime work, but not getting sleep because he's doing both, or not connecting with messages that he needs. The lobster is red hot. One dog is nosy and the other digging their paws into a perfectly mowed lawn, or neighbor issues with property line, or dogs messing up someone's garden, trying to make a perfect path. Gold in the cinder blocks by dark portal or door with mold in it, the Divine Masculine praying to align with his path, with money, with the Christ consciousness, but he's trying too hard. It's not by will, but by allowance. So somebody might be dealing with allowance also, whether it's for kids or an adult who gets an allowance. The 9 of Pentacles reversed appears out of nowhere, and that can be a sovereign who's lost their power, losing single status, powerlessness, or a financial or practical drain, or losing money, power, independence, unstable, or moving homes, or leaving a marriage, clearly abandoned or destitute, too left out in the cold, by church, by God, by kids, or in exile for impure thoughts. True love came up as the underlying energy there for the masculine, and beneath that was children, that your children are affecting your love life, but then after that, you have true love, that yes, this is a romance of a lifetime. So, however it is, there's someone who's feeling left out in the cold, or destitute, or abandoned, or whatever, all of the above, or a partner or a child spent all the money on a home or a move, or on the homeless, someone choosing to be homeless or taking up a cause to support, or someone was fired or had to let go of others. Someone may be retiring or moving location of their workplace or church, or a wedding was canceled or other family celebration, but definitely was clear on this decision, whatever the case is. And I was getting symbols of that I was guided to write down of 1111, but it also then looked like a Christmas tree. So I don't know if someone was dealing with Christmas in July or some kind of party like that was canceled. Yeah, but that's what I'm getting, and it's kind of the shape of the takeoff of a spaceship as well. Yeah, it definitely could be that, or the landing of a spaceship coming back down of the shuttle. All about true love and no longer wanting to be single, or a church took you for all your money, or kids expecting a party for every single social or religious event or milestone, putting their parents in the poorhouse, or that the parents are just allowing it, or testing your children to see if they will love you unconditionally, taking away all their money and superficial things, and or allowance, since that came up. The Empress is out being seen, commanding attention, conflict, fighting, competition, expansion, always a new quest, wanting to have sex out in the open, the Divine Masculine trying to avoid that dance, doing the avoid dance, cursing God for putting him in such a precarious position, to walk away within, juggling to avoid any surprises or unexpected visits, walking away, avoiding performances, displays, pretenders, clinging to life or clinging to death, avoiding the full transformation, the transition portal, afraid that the grass is not greener on the other side. So someone may be spying to catch the other in the act, not wanting to be seen as the bad one, the one who ends the relationship, and yet feeling like you want to die if you have to live in this relationship forever, okay? So that happens to a lot of people. You know, they stay in relationships that they don't want to be in, and yet they feel like they're going to die if they have to live this way forever, and that's usually the people who end up leaving because they can't handle it anymore. So before I go on, I want to tell you the signs and the court cards. The Emperor was reversed today. The Empress upright. The Two of Cups was reversed. However, the Lovers was upright. The Four of Cups was reversed. The Six of Cups, the Children in the Garden, was upright. The Four of Wands was reversed, which is that union card, but also has to do with moving and instability. Of the aces, the ace, I'm going to only tell you the ones that are upright. The Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles were upright. Of the kings, the King of Wands and King of Swords were upright. Of the queens, the only queen that was upright was the Queen of Wands. However, the Queen of Pentacles could have both energies today. The knights were all upright. The pages, the only page that was upright was that Page of Cups, which is that Jesus energy. Of the tens, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles were all upright, which isn't necessarily a good thing, right? Because the burdens are there. The war is still on with the 10, well, not the war, but I'm sorry. The pain isn't completely over, right? Because the swords aren't falling out of the back. So we're back to the pain and the betrayal again. And the wands being upright, the burden. And then the Ten of Pentacles has to do with the ultimate family, which is also upright. So extended family or the financial family is upright energy. All of the 9 cards were reversed today. Okay, and so that's for good and for bad, because there's, you know, the Wounded Warrior's reversed, which is probably a good thing. The Nine of Swords, which is, for me, is bad either way, so that's just difficult energy. But the Nines of Cups and Pentacles, which are good upright, are both reversed today. All right, so not in your power or unsatisfied. Of the fives, the Five of Wands is upright and the Five of Cups is upright, so there's definitely grieving, sadness, and fighting battles still. However, the Five of Swords was reversed, so that has to do with the war being over, and yet there's still battles being worked out. The Five of Pentacles is upright, so again, there's that abandonment, destitution wound, left out in the cold, all that energy. So there's a lot of difficult energies today with the full moon, and these are coming up to be released. Of the signs, the Aquarius was upright, Virgo reversed, Gemini upright and reversed, Libra upright and reversed. The upright and reversed were Libra, Aries, Leo, Cancer, Capricorn, and Scorpio. Taurus was just upright, Pisces just reversed, and Sagittarius just reversed. Okay. So 11, 22, and 23 had come up at that page, which is the Fool and the King of Wands, who also came up. King of Wands was upright. So the masculine coming up is not wanting to be the fall guy in a relationship. The Empress with the power and red boots, with the divine masculine's arms tied, bound so that she can walk right over you. Her snake is not within, but a partner in crime, a snake of the worst kind, the one always at his heels or ankles. Taurus and Scorpio energies here. A surprise meal, a kiss of death. Oh, just stay for a meal, it's just a meal. Or using food or aroma to tempt you back in, divine masculine. There are no happy, loving energies in this group of cards, so don't be deceived. There is only negative energy here. Say no firmly. Death lingers here. A female foot looking for an opportunity to stomp on your heart again, hiding sweets or dessert, or leaving food on the floor. The heart's already been cut out. She's just wanting an opportunity to finish it off and feed your heart to the birds. Watch out for Scorpio's vengeance. This Empress here is not about love. Synchronicities comes up then on top as 87, and beneath that was surrender, which is 16, which is also the Tower energy. So sometimes it takes a tower to get the divine masculine to surrender. But watch your synchronicities. They're your messages, your guidance from your higher self. Okay. Then I was getting some Roman numerals from the cards coming up and canceling each other out to come up X25 or 25X. 25 is the Knight of Wands. It's coming up as the X factor, the Knight of Wands, which can be trying to get away from or be a manipulator or user, right? So, but the Knight of Wands is upright here, and that's not usually the user. The Knight of Wands reversed definitely is, but maybe they can go back and forth in that energy. So he may be going away from another part of himself, or leaving behind a karmic who's a manipulator and or user. The 25 doesn't have to be masculine. It can be a player who's a masculine or feminine. Okay, but 25 also in the Divine Triangle numerology book is the Y in the road as well. So be careful someone's not trying to get pregnant to trap you. Masculines, the Page of Swords, working with unsavory types or dumping all attachments that no longer serve him, especially partiers, gossipers, extra activities, defenseless to energies and attacks by a group or friends, especially now at the full moon. The Page of Swords, the cheese stands alone. Young, immature. Now the Page of Swords was reversed in the read, but it was not here in this underlying energy. It was upright. Young, immature, but royal and smart, just learning to use his sword, or perhaps just a little communication at a time. Preparing for high noon with Page of Cups, unconditional love, a face-off of mind over matter. A heart is just matter, or the Page of Cups with a matter of fact in rebuttal. No matter what immature things he says, she says, I love you, not only in the 5D, but also in the 3D, 4D realm. Two kids not sleeping and or rising above the full moon energetic attacks, both abandoned by self in the avoid dance. Near death with synchronicities, news, and messages on how to open your heart more fully without getting stomped on. that true love can sustain through all exile, through connection to one's higher self. Maintaining love for self first, when losing connection, go back within, to your heart, your higher self connection. Hive mind versus higher mind, the 3D collective consciousness versus the Christ consciousness. So before I go into recently for the read, I'm going to show you around the cards. Okay, so we have that Page of Cups there as the underlying energy. The recent past, the Master of Crystals, or the King of Pentacles. The Four of Cups is below all of those cards there. As you see, the Knight of Wands is also under there, and the Fool on top. Then central read is the Ace of Wands, upright, challenged by the Adept of Crystals, or the Knight of Pentacles. Upright energy, all of the Knights were upright. Okay, the other underlying energies, crowning is the Five of Flames, or Five of Wands, which is upright today. Then we have bridging over to the near future is the Sage of Crystals, which she can definitely be upright energy today, or reversed depending on how you see it, but I was getting more actually upright energy there. The masculine sees himself as the Great Wheel, or the Wheel of Fortune. And then we have the Romance Angel cards there, as you see. What's around him is the Two of Pentacles, or Two of Crystals in this deck, but it's very much the surrender in this deck as you see him. Okay. The blocks the masculine needs to clear have to do with the King of Swords in his personality of the Swords energy, and then coming up to the end at the Star card, which was upright, then the Sun, which was reversed today, and then the Ace of Swords, which was reversed, and then the Ace of Pentacles, which was upright, and then leaving off at the Ace of Wands there. Okay, there were just a few leftover cards here, that sidebar there, which I had to remember to do. I didn't write that down. And then the 12 cards I'll just show you now before I get into it. Okay, so those top cards are the underlying energies. The bottom of the deck was the Tower. The Aries starts at Magician and they go across down to Pisces there, which is the Six of Swords reversed. Okay, so it goes fire, earth, air, and then water in the columns. Okay, so we'll go over that when we get there. And then some of this is for everybody at the end, some cards I pulled. Okay, and the Devil is just the underlying energy before the cards that I put out up top. Okay, let me plug this back in. Okay. So recently, the King of Pentacles is coming up reversed. Received a quick message of truth. So this is in the recent past. It's not now. Already received a quick message of truth that knocked him for a loop. And that could be that the Queen of Wands did at work, because she was coming up with the Knight of Swords, you know, bossing people around or announcing something. So whatever came up knocked him for a loop into sadness and regret. The Knight of Cups offers love to one who walked away and within to chaos and blocks, a warpath as opposed to one of love. The family legacy without peace meets an offer of a new life. The big gold coin by one performing tricks, a juggling act, aroused by chaos, war, running others down, and then running back with a passion in an eclipse of the heart. And the time as I turned the page was 12:29 is the Hanged Man, and the Three of Wands, which is about staying present, but it is reversed today, which is about looking back or going back to the past. The Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands, ships that passed in the night. The King of Pentacles reversed thought he was wiser than the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups, or the inner children, or his actual children. When an adult proves and masters their manifestation abilities, then they can revert to being childlike again, you know, like an old person who can then become their inner child because they have nothing left to prove, just love to be. The foundation is the Four of Cups reversed. Done with lessons for now, starting over in love, not settling in the emotions or love department for second best, according to destiny and divine timing. The Knight of Wands runs back, away from his insecurities and or manipulations of self or others. Now the Fool, upright with an open heart and free to leap, or that he sees that she is the Fool, and he runs back to catch her before she falls. Centrally is the new passion, the kind that causes all sorts of drama. The Empress he resisted, being sneaky and looking over his shoulder, now coming clean with family, paid off to keep quiet, or recently offered a payoff for the Divine Masculine to leave a contract. His new passion he can no longer resist, impatience causing conflicts. The challenge being the Knight of Pentacles proposal or offer, working to align with hostage or a prisoner of work, saving up to bail a prisoner out, no more options for the King of Wands, the King of Swords, who can be the same person, or two people together, definitely can be brothers as well. Uninspired Page of Wands reversed and King of Pentacles reversed, child or brothers of a greedy or just wealthy family, or the King of Pentacles reversed, unable to be at rest, ungrounded, coming out about what he did, or a father who passed, who returns for a visit, no angel in life, but wanting to make amends and visiting the Divine Masculine in the etheric realms or in his dreams. The Divine Masculine no longer afraid of confrontation, burning the past father's legacy of impatience and or greed, not expressing their feelings, and clear now on a decision, receiving clarity about the Queen of Swords' lies or silence or negative self-talk due to his half-truths, his sneakiness, and shame about coming out about his hostage. The King of Wands avoiding death, transformation, dark night, overwhelmed, crying, purging, emotionally pushed to his limits, being dumped or dumping another who only ever offered him love, now grieving incompletion, another world, the sealed Divine Feminine's world turned around. Now crowning is fighting, conflict, emergencies, all that the full moon brings, with the lazy sun of the August heat, blast off of a new passion to heat things up, with lies, BS, splits, pulling Excalibur from the stone, with full intent to use it, when losing one's mind from over-isolation, now coming out at the full moon to vomit their inner conflict all over the 3D world. And that's why a lot of people freak out, because they keep everything in. And that message was coming in at 101, so the Magician and the Magician, backed by Source. And then 103, as we turn the page, is the Magician and the Empress, or Gaia, Mother Earth. Okay, so unable to sleep or rest, rising above, levitating at this point even, right? You can be so numb that you naturally just levitate, and that may be why you don't get rest, to help you connect in an easier way. The Empress holding on, and there's two Empress energies here. One is a normal Empress energy, the other one's more vicious. That's the red boot Empress with the snake. So the Empress is holding on, saving the little boy who is impish and highly intelligent. The Knight of Pentacles coming out to offer help. This is the Knight of Pentacles coming out to offer help to the Queen of Cups reversed to make up for her tears. Can't sleep or rest until he makes good. The sun, lazy today, not on full light. Fighting in conflict and heat is draining. Sick, ill, or just sick of fighting, competing, being conflicted, being burned, over-radiated, sunburned, sundowning, and then getting, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Okay, so that was coming up. A quest for romance, even when destitute, abandoned, out in the cold, because they have each other's love. The quest for the impossible dream. And that was, I got connection when I wrote that down, and it was 111. Defenseless to lover, divine dream girl crying, purging down in the dumps, unable to take anymore. The Queen of Swords is a war widow. When reversed, all is lost. There's nothing to fight for. She is unprotected and has no choice but to die or come out with her truth, to free herself when there are no soldiers around because they are all at the war. The dark priestess holding secrets over his head. I'm getting big connection in this line, so I'm going to say this again because I just started getting connection. The Queen of Swords is a war widow, all right? So naturally when she's upright, she is a widow. But when reversed, all is lost. I mean, she's even more saddened, nothing to fight for, unprotected, has no choice but to die or come out with her truth, to free herself when there are no soldiers around, because they are all at war. And now I'm getting where have all the flowers gone? So that's coming up as well. The dark priestess holding secrets over his head, bribery to hold him back from his full transformation. Two people at the gate, dumped at the gate, starting over, and talks of where to go from here. opportunist grieving in need of help, assistance, opportunity, or alone, or just a poor student who just never learns. Grieving sadness, loss, regret, shame, and guilt, as the King of Pentacles reversed superhero takes a dive, but hitting bottom changes his world. Incomplete without the Divine Feminine. Soon is the Queen of Pentacles, juggling, performing with high vibration, and a message of love. At the full moon may knock her for a loop with the strong energies, but she floats in another world of separation and heartbreak of the King of Wands with unhappy family, ending emotional family cycle of prison and or anxiety issues, avoidance, and shame. The high noon face-off between the King of Wands and the Knight of Cups, perhaps a shootout in honor of the Queen of Pentacles, or a battle for her love. The Queen of Wands looks the other way, ignoring the two in exile, yet ones in exile or destitute, homeless, actually offer her love to her anyway. Or the Queen of Wands and the kids feel betrayed by the King of Wands, yet the Knight of Cups offers love. The Queen of Wands and kids may be angry that the King of Wands ignores them and gives love to everyone but them, or the King of Wands is focused on work and a prisoner, while the Knight of Cups offers love to the Queen of Pentacles, abandoning the Queen of Wands and kids. Or the Knight of Cups child with King of Wands and the other two kids with the Queen of Wands, so in a separation or breakup, splitting up the kids. The King and Queen of Wands are both upright but not looking at each other, and they are separated. Pisces, Earth, Cancer with love, Leo with kids and no attention or success. Or the twins come together as the King of Wands and the Knight of Cups under the radar. The Queen of Wands always knew but chose to look the other way. And this isn't 134. One is Magician, 34 is that Eight of Wands, that expression of feelings, energetic exchange, except that card is reversed today. So blocking any energetic exchange, blocking communications or fast-paced energies exchanged. So the Divine Masculine sees himself as the Wheel of Fortune, as Adam, or the atom bomb, holding on, saving, grounding to come together in joy, because he's unhappy alone, uninspired and frustrated, disconnected, not seeing eye to eye, not seeing face to face. Divine timing is him, his call, his fate. Playfulness, release your ex, healing family issues, codependency, and then it is safe to love comes up for the masculine in the Romance Angels. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Around the Divine Masculine, or how he is seen, is surrendering the act. Chaos and lies, spying, stalking, mean words, the silent treatment, bipolar, ADD, ADHD, autism, no message or news, or just a mouthy child, and him detoxing all negative self-talk in attempts to end all pain, betrayal, mid to lower back pain, the root to solar plexus issues. By looking back, shadow work, entry wounds, surrendering to universal law, only avoidance, and the wake of death stands between the Divine Masculine destiny and his surrender. He needs to clear blocks of the King of Swords, who in personality is unyielding, cold, stern, ruler with an iron fist, or with cutting words, harsh, the law, a militant view, although he's in his truth. His intent is pure. The truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me. God? How'd that get in there? How can there be God in a courtroom where there is no love? Truth without love can be harsh, cruel, causing shame and guilt, calling out others to hurt them, as opposed to wanting to clear the air in order for love to fill the empty spaces. The King of Swords is the student unable to learn God. Didn't resonate with religion growing up, or no religious background, so religious groups shunned him. He was never included, perpetual exile, or God, he felt, rejected him. So in exile, left out, not belonging to a group, no attention, only bad news, feeling unworthy, a failure, no worth. Until he found his inner child's strength, taming his inner beast by not expressing his feelings. Or kids feeling left out in the cold, was expressed to a Leo, that Queen of Wands, but she didn't tell him. There was no exchange of feelings between them, or it could be no love lost between them. So what the kids were telling her, she wasn't passing on to him. So he didn't know what they were feeling. So spiritual partnership comes up as well as love partnership. The Queen of Wands in separation under gag order. I was just getting under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So, but Queen of Wands in separation under gag order until a clear decision was made. The star of the show, the one who wins the fight or competition, the dreamer, healing by listening in on what others refuse to say, the fly on the wall with microphone, walking like an Egyptian to try to get the attention of those self-absorbed, to see the truth, the Sphinx or Akashic records, not sharing, someone paid off to shut up or keep quiet, or the masculine settling out debt in order to go forward. It's 159. 1 is the magician, 59 is the 5 of swords, the war. So how does the magician do it in the war? You know, he's good at manipulating his way in and out of things. So healing and dreams come true of galactic proportion. The Page of Pentacles reversed and the King of Pentacles reversed, both earth signs, so Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, but it can just be someone who's comes off as well-rounded and grounded person. But this is a father and son combination who are coming off as just like the other. But maybe the son didn't want to be ever like his father and ended up being that way, not by his intent, okay? So father and son, guilt and shame between them, alcohol and being the savior. Never wrong. I didn't do it. I never touched her. The King of Pentacles reversed, turned his back on the divine feminine's world, turned upside down. Her dumped and her shamed and guilted for something she had no control over. The father and son grieve loss and regret, unable to complete a cycle of conflict, fighting, competition, a quest of heartbreak, separation, or just heart issues, connected to stress of being silenced, a gag order, muzzled by love. Clearly unrest and separation here. The Queen of Wands looking down upon the King of Swords, and him standing his ground, refusing to be wrong. Total exposure of surrender, ending the war, to reap rewards of the Emperor reversed, either father who passed or someone in ego death, or the Emperor reversed and King of Pentacles reversed are out of control. They can be two separate people or the same person, the Emperor and the King of Pentacles, both reversed. Aquarius, Leo, Pisces, and Aries energies there. Exposure, illness, sundowning ends the war with PTSD issues and a split and a divide, or one big lie, cutting through the BS and red tape to start a new life, paying out to get out and start over, free and clear. No peace, and there's impatience here, losing their temper, dumping all that is no longer serving them, the masculine being realistic. The family or family legacy, injustice, suffering and silence. There is no amount that can make up for this. Chronic purging and or stress, defenseless to energies and attacks, a secret passion or the secret's out, or defenseless due to not having used their intuition. Defenseless to major new passion for the masculine. New love, puppy love, cracking heart wide open to the stars. Starting over in love, destined for surrender, greatness. The King of Pentacles reversed with new passion, challenged by the Knight of Pentacles offer to the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords, all fighting for stardom, to have their dreams come true, a quest for the impossible dream. So people drained in a split, ready for a new life and a new passion. The Queen of Wands and the Knight of Swords with message or an announcement at work, with kids or puppies or a new child, or the youngest child, or Pisces or Jesus, or just a new love and puppy love, or offering love to the King of Pentacles reversed, offering condolences, or just truth that hurts him. Okay, so the Cancer may be broken, or the King of Pentacles may have lost someone to Cancer. I'm starting over with new passion for quest. Destined Queen of Pentacles heals him, dream girl, surrender to King of Swords, himself, his maker, the court systems, his truth, surrendering to his own truth in order to heal, have dreams come true, or giving up the war with an Aquarius male Leo, possibly also with Taurus, Pisces, or Aries energy in his chart. The Emperor reversed and the King of Pentacles reversed are at war and now ending the war between them, or it's the same person and ending the war within. That's at 2:30. 2 is the High Priestess, 30 is the Four of Wands. Okay, so that's the end of the read. And I'm going to get into the 12 signs quickly since this goes on really long when I do both of these. All right, but first I'm just going to turn you aside so I can collect the mini deck. And this also the sidebar, these are the last 4 cards that came up, okay, for the read. So this is kind of off to the side of what was happening in the read. So this has to do with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, so ungrounded, or someone who's all about the money or superficial life. And then in the wake of death, after sudden events, and hanging out to try to be wise and see new perspectives. So they definitely could be going through a wake. Someone may have died and there may have been a funeral or a wake, right? Sitting Shiva, I was just getting, but that could definitely be this energy here. Or it could just be resisting change, but then divine timing came in and the tower hit, so they have to change, right? But I'm kind of getting it's in the wake of a death experience. So the death card reverse just means because the death already happened, and then they're dealing with the trauma, like after the war, okay? But the death may be over, but the tower wasn't. That's full force. And that can just be epiphanies too, about hanging out and being wise, right? And just allowing things to come to you instead of forcing the issues. But that's also coming up here for the read. All right, so just getting the clarifying cards here. The top cards in the 12 signs, the bottom of the deck was the tower again, so that was significant in that sidebar there in preparation for the 12 cards, because apparently the tower did hit fire signs the most. And so that Queen of Pentacles reverse that we just saw may actually be a fire sign, since the tower came up with her in a death situation. Have all my cards? I believe I do. Okay, so I'm going to turn you back over so you can see the 12 cards. Sorry about my little workplace here with my my envelopes and such. Okay, so where is my stick? Here it is. Okay. So like I said, the underlying energies start here, up here with the tower. This is the tower, the 7 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and then the Page of Swords. All right, everybody take a deep breath. I just want to shuffle the card a little bit more. So we have the tower hitting, so some kind of major event hit, whether it's some kind of disaster or people getting kicked out of a house or just epiphanies, some kind of sudden event. So it can be anything for fire signs. And then we have the 7 of Wands at the top of the earth signs, which is about, you know, standing your ground, standing up for yourself to any energies that come at you or to other people who are attacking you or just fending off others. But it's about not reacting, you know, standing up for yourself without reacting. Standing your ground. The ability to be able to protect yourself in a confrontation without reacting. And then for air signs, we have the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. That was at the top of the air signs, the Ace of Swords, Excalibur. And then we have for the water signs, that Page of Swords has something to say. It could be a child, news, messages, okay? But it is immature communication. It can just be online stuff too, okay? And it's always incomplete, right? It's a small amount of information, so you can't necessarily trust it, right? Because it's not the whole story. It's not the full picture. So that's what happens when you have electronic communications. But it also could just be, you know, it could be a child speaking, speaking up or defending someone, or just news coming in. All right, so we're going to start with Aries, which is the Magician. Can you see him? So here's the Magician right here, if you can't see. Okay. And that's Aries with the Tower above. So the Magician upright is very powerful energy, so that's not negative. That could be something magical, actually. So let's see, what do we have for Aries? Why is Aries the Magician? Why is Aries the Magician? Magician for Aries, why? Oh, they want me to shuffle one more time. Hold on. All right. So Aries is the Magician. Aries Magician. So we have here for Aries, the Chariot, the King of Wands reversed, and then the Eight of Pentacles. So this is very powerful energy between the Tower and the Magician and the Chariot card. It's very powerful. Sudden events causing them to go in. You know when you don't do what you need to for yourself, and then all of a sudden something happens where all of a sudden you're definitely standing in your truth, standing up for yourself. Some kind of, let's say you get in a car accident or something, and all of a sudden you're ready to defend yourself, right? Well, it's like being in that energy where they're very powerful. Something came in powerfully. It forces the masculine into their Magician embodiment to boldly go forward. This has to do with ascension as well. And then the King of Wands reversed. It could be a couple different things. He could be angry. He could be exhausted. This has to do with overwork. Or now that he's worked so much, he's all aligned. So he's like ready to go, but he's exhausted. So although this energy's coming forward, he's not ready because he's very tired. Okay, so it's like divine timing came in to blow up the situation for the masculine because he can't take anymore. So they came in to help him, right? Resolve the situation, end it, because he's already aligned. He's ready to go forward, except now he's so tired. He may not be able to handle it. All right, but this is coming up right after, so it's definitely positive energy here. This is your sovereign, right? And this is like the ultimate single life, having everything that you need and happiness and beauty around you. So it's definitely positivity. Oh, look at that. So around Aries, he's coming to this space, but he's tired. He has to recover. Like it's that post-war trauma he needs to recover from, okay? So there's the Empress is reversed here too. This is both Taurus energies as well. So definitely could be connected to Taurus, which is the Ace of Cups in this read, offering love to Aries. This could be a mother who passed or a mother that's ill, okay? And this could be someone who's very religious. Or it could be a marriage where the mother's not happy about. This could be a child getting married and the mother's not happy. Could be for religious reasons because that could be the Divine Masculine wanting to marry the Divine Feminine, but they're not the same religion, so the mother doesn't like that, right? It's coming up for Aries. But also the Magician can be Virgo and Gemini energies as well. So those energies could be related. Let's see what we have here. Let's see. I'm not getting so much Gemini because Gemini is in a negative space, but it could be related to Virgo with the Queen of Pentacles upright. So let's see what else is coming up. So definitely powerful sudden events for Aries, actually in a good way. But they may be knocking the King of Wands over because there's so much he can't handle anymore. He's just exhausted. I'm not getting him really pissed off. I'm getting someone who's overworked, but is now aligned and ready to go, except now he's so tired he's not quite ready yet and he needs to rest. All right, so let's go to Leo under the Tower, which is the Hangman. You see that? Let me just show you real quick if you can't see it. Okay, so this is Leo right here. So the Hangman. Why is Leo the Hangman? So it could be epiphanies for Leo since they're hanging out like that. Why does Leo have the Hangman? Leo, Leo, Leo. Both require a lot of patience here. All right, this is coming up for Leo. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Knight of Swords reversed with the Hangman. So they're getting balanced. They're giving to others or sharing, settling out. The Emperor's in control. He's back in control. And the Knight of Swords, however, could be, that could be the Emperor holding his tongue or holding back an announcement. I'm not getting abusive energy there from the Emperor since he's upright and balanced and hanging out with the Hangman. That's all very positive energy. It's like Leo gained control over themselves again. They're now holding their tongue and possibly holding back an announcement till the time is right. Trying to see other perspectives and not just jump the gun. That's what I'm getting for Leo. So it's very masculine energy that's coming up for Leo and for Aries. And there's also these just showing themselves, the wounded warrior, all right, fighting like they're so tired they can't fight anymore, but finally there's peace made, an agreement. So it might have been some kind of settlement, finally happened just in time, right before he would have keeled over. Either one, the Leo or the Aries, or it could be someone with Aries and Leo in their chart. Sagittarius is the Ace of Wands reversed. So let's see why Sag has Ace of Wands reversed. That could just be frustration, because we see a lot of energy for the Divine Masculine to go forward with a new passion where it was very upright for both, on both ends of the read. Okay, so Sagittarius has the Six of Cups reversed, the Ten of Cups reversed, and then the Ten of Pentacles upright, which is the more extended financial family. So this could be like the birth family, and then this is the marital family. So frustrated because of ending, there definitely could be a divorce here or a split in a partnership, ending with family and children. Either the past returning or going back to the past, reviewing family wounds that needed to come up, but then things are good with the over family, the financial family, the parents, that kind of thing, or extended family. When breaking up with the partner or the marital partner now, it looks like the extended family or parents are actually happy about it. Maybe it's someone they never got along with, but there's frustration there for the masculine. As the masculine is just either creatively or sexually blocked with sudden events. So it could be a sudden split of a family, suddenly a division of family. So half the family, the other half of the family may, kind of have been at war with each other. But it looks like things are coming out to a settlement. But there's some frustration on the Sagittarius is their part. I think they just want to have sex, actually. Right? We have the Tower at the top and the Ace of Wands reversed, and yet the Ace of Wands was upright all over this read for the masculine today. So their life is surrounded with family right now and whatever war was going on or dysfunction, whatever it was, and they just want some alone time to rest and be with the one they want to have sex with. Could be creativity as well, though. All right, let's go to, and we have here someone not getting their wish at the bottom of the fire column. But the Tower is here to clear everything. It's a quick clearing. And it's good it's at the full moon, so you can get rid of all that energy in an all-at-once type of fashion. So Earth signs is headed off by the Seven of Wands, standing up for yourself without reacting. And Taurus has the Ace of Cups. That's really positive. It's aimed toward Aries, but it doesn't have to be Aries, because like I said, that the Magician, I'm getting connection, can be Virgo as well. So let's see, there's actually Cancer energy there too. So Cancer, Aries, Virgo could all be getting a love offer from Taurus. Okay, so let's see what Taurus has. So this is Taurus. I'll check that out. So Taurus is either dropping their burdens or confessing to Aries or confessing love. And this is about any half-truths or sneakiness and now coming clean about any insecurities or manipulations in the past. And now offering love. So the big change, that's like that eclipse of the heart. And they could have left behind a Gemini energy. So love is taken away from the Gemini, given to the Aries, Pisces, or excuse me, Aries, Cancer, or Virgo, or someone with all three in their chart. All right, and that's confirming because the Queen of this is Queen of Pentacles reversed, where she's upright there on Virgo. So this could be the Taurus energy. It could be a Taurus with Gemini who's unhappy, who's the other Taurus is offering love away from them. All right, so this could be the Queen of Wands, all right? That could be, like I said earlier, that came up, a fire sign with this energy in them, ungrounded earth sign. Or it could be the other way around, that this could be a Taurus with fire in their chart. So it could be anything, Aries, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right, so there's definitely connection between the Taurus and Aries since the Magician's there, but the Magician's reversed on Taurus and upright on Aries. So Aries is in their power. Taurus is still feeling insecure, so they may be offering love out of insecurity or manipulation. So you might want to be careful about that, but they are dropping their wound. They're confessing, letting go of their burdens, hopefully coming clean and telling the whole truth and not just half-truths. That may be the only issue there. They may not be telling you the whole story. All right. Then we have Virgo with the Queen of Pentacles. And remember, for Taurus, they're standing their ground without reacting. So if they offer love, they need to be okay with whatever comes back at them without getting defensive. So Virgo is the Queen of Pentacles, upright. Why? And so that Queen of Pentacles reverse may have come up to delineate for you guys between Taurus and Virgo. Since Virgo had the Queen of Pentacles, it was showing you that Taurus was the Queen of Pentacles reversed energy. But that doesn't mean that love has to come from a feminine. You know, we have a Magician there too. It could be masculine or feminine offer of love. So this is for Virgo. We have the Knight of Wands, the Temperance card reversed, and then the Three of Cups. So there's definitely impatience here, but amidst someone passionately wanting to go back and find joy. But there's impatience here. That could be someone who can lose their temper as well. This could be Sagittarius energy. We've got two Sagittarius energies here. And that's that's definitely Sagittarius with the Ace of Wands reversed. This is their frustration and wanting to run back. They want to have sex. They want to come together and be in joy. So there's definitely a connection between Virgo and Sagittarius. So Sagittarius might have Virgo in their chart. Also, it's just could be the feminine Virgo could just be very well grounded and stable and just comfortable where she is, but she's coming up as on her own. So she may want to go, she might want to go back, but there's definitely Sagittarius energy. So if the Virgo female may have Sagittarius in a chart, that part of her is impatient and she wants to run back, but definitely Sag there. So definitely connected to the Sag over here as well. Impatient to come together, impatient for joy. Okay, so let's see what else comes up. These two guys are falling out too. I'm going to put them back in the deck though. All right, so inspired, even though they may feel drained or sick of feeling drained, or drained from kids. But this could be inspiration, maybe being inspired by kids or illness, right? Because they want to heal. That's coming up under Virgo, which is natural because Virgos are natural healers. So then we have Capricorn, still in their prisons. That could just be anxiety, feeling like they're trapped in a prison, their hands tied, or actually could be holding their own hostage. Let's see what comes up for Capricorn. Also need to stand up for themselves to get out of that prison. Capricorn, why is Capricorn? The Eight of Swords, Eight of Swords. And Capricorn was definitely releasing the pain yesterday, so they're back in their head again. And this is coming up for, they're sticking a little bit. So again, they're going back into their torture again. Yesterday they were in bliss of releasing all of the pain, and now they're vacillating again, or maybe just purging and stressed, maybe back at work again. This is feeling defenseless, not standing up to others because they feel defenseless. This is vacillating, standing at the Y in the road instead of making a decision, or made poor decisions in the past, so worried they're going to do it again, that they don't trust themselves. All right, so that's Capricorn. It's definitely vacillation coming up there with anxiety issues. Suffering in silence. Defenseless to the energy, but also defenseless to other people attacking them. in maybe a decision was overturned, or a decision wasn't in their favor. So that put them back in the prison, their mental prison. Or a decision that wasn't in their favor that actually put them in literal prison. So that could be for somebody. Let's see what's coming up afterward. So these guys are coming up right after. Finding peace in no satisfaction, or not getting your wish. Or finding peace away from this person who's never satisfied and manipulative. So this is where the Capricorn needs to get away from this person, because they're manipulating them. They're never happy no matter what they do. They're only out for themselves. All right, so that they need to get away from that. Or you know, he needs to, in vacillating, beware of not finding peace in his own unhappiness, because this just could be someone over emotional crying because they're not getting their wish. Depression. All right, so this is coming up right after, which relates to them. Okay, so this could be the Capricorn, the Queen of Cups. If the female Capricorn, in their own, a prison of their own making, can be a divine feminine too, right? Trapped in her world, unable to get out. Okay, because she's not with her masculine, who she's connected to, and she doesn't have a choice about that. So it can definitely reference the feminine as well for Capricorn. Let's see what else comes up. So we have Capricorn can also be connected to Aquarius, since the Judgment card's there. And also could be, with the swords, could be connected to Gemini and Pisces. And definitely to the other earth signs, because they have that Seven of Wands. But definitely Capricorn is most challenging. Actually, Virgo and Taurus have really good energy. Virgo's probably the best. There's always like a little back and forth, but they're not all completely positive. Like for Virgo, there's impatience, and then for Taurus, there may be a little sneakiness still, even though they're confessing. There may be some manipulation there still. But Capricorn's still struggling, and that could definitely be a masculine still going like deeply in their dark night, thinking that their cycle was over, and then they went back into another purge. Okay, so let's go on to air signs with the Ace of Swords at the top. With Gemini in the Nine of Swords energy, which is definitely being stressed, not able to sleep at night, or headaches. Definitely could be in a purging cycle. I just wanted to come out with that too. So these two came up though for, check that out. That could be tears of joy for Gemini. Okay, leading the way to coming together on the journey to be the star. This could definitely be a union. All right, the truth came out. They're tears of joy for Gemini. Or they can't sleep because they're so happy. Look at that. Their dreams come true. Their true love came in for them. This is beautiful, Gemini. Wow. Really nice. There's not much more to say about that. These are coming out right after. I just want to show you in case it resonates for anyone. So this could relate to having felt dumped, or just a big purge, being pushed to your limits, right? So right when you have to give up, that's when your twin comes in, that kind of energy. But this is needing the opportunity, needing an opportunity or an invitation, or needing help and assistance. Right? Because they're so pushed down to their limits, they can't take it anymore. And this is where they need help. All of a sudden, boom, someone comes in to rescue them, their little friend. Okay? It's really positive, though, for Gemini. And they could have been purging in a big purge. That Nine of Swords could just be them purging when all of this happens. And then the purge turns into tears of joy. Okay, so we have, then Libra has the Five of Pentacles. That's feeling abandonment wounds, destitution wounds, left out in the cold, injured, exiled from the church or group or whatever it is. All those energies come up there. And that could be connected to Capricorn, which it was yesterday as well. All right, so this is feeling drained or sick, or children that are sick, or Leo that's out of control and sick, expressing their feelings, freaking out. This could be definitely a Leo freaking out at them. We got all Leo energy. And then someone with not a care in the world, expressing their feelings. This is ego death. This could be the Libra happy to be out in the cold because they find in their destitution or abandonment, they find their freedom and they can express themselves exactly the way they want without this Leo or ego or Leo energy. See that? Without a Leo or kids. It doesn't have to be a Leo or kids, but it can be, or it could just be ego death, his own ego, finding freedom in being destitute. That's actually a really positive thing. These are coming out afterward. All right, so offering the gold coin to himself to find peace, okay? Or actually paying someone to take the kids for a bit so they get a break and can be free. To let go of the Leo and or kids, all right? And letting go of some of their money instead of being Scrooge and holding on to it, giving themselves some freedom, okay? All right, so then we have Aquarius is the Two of Wands, and they're all finding truth in the air signs. That's Libra finding their truth in freedom, in ego death. All right, so Aquarius has the Two of Wands reversed, which is like no choice. It's like no options, which can be because you like what you have, or that you think that you can't get out of what you have, that you have no choice. This is Aquarius. So this is Aquarius can be still at war, holding on to what they have. And so Libra's coming up here as well. This could be if someone split up or was exiled from a relationship or a group. It could be between Libra and Aquarius energies. Okay. So Aquarius wanting to hold on to everything they have and sending Libra away with nothing. Okay, and he's kind of got a smirk on his face, so he's like, good fight, buddy, but here you go, out the door. Or this could be someone standing up in their truth, no matter what anyone else thinks or says, and if they don't like it, they can just go away. He is who he is, or she is who she is. But this is no option but to stand in your truth, to ground and stabilize yourself, and send others away if needed. Like that could be just two people who don't like who they are now, so they do walk away from them. That could be Libra walking away from Aquarius because they don't like who they become, or vice versa. Okay, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So in the downturn, a business could have been lost as well. No options but to close a business, or to end a group, or end a family situation. But someone adamantly standing in their truth. At the end of the war might be over, but I'm still at war, right? Someone who doesn't trust. All right, let's go up to the water signs. We have the Page of Swords. There's definite communication here with Cancer. Let's see what comes up for the Seven of Pentacles reversed, which is about after hanging out, reaping rewards, now implementing a new change, maybe wanting a new project or a new whatever, however you want to spend your money. Could be investing in something or a new project, whatever it is. Let's see. What's up for Cancer? And speaking their truth a little bit at a time. A plan to go slowly. All right, so this is coming up for Cancer. We have inspiration, an offer of a new life or a new infusion of money, okay, to find peace or moving to a more peaceful place, a better place for work. It's like moving away to peace away from this situation. So it's coming up like after getting away from this person like it was before. They came up in the other person's read, or just that this person's never happy. So finding something better on your own, Cancer, okay? Or this could be a masculine not happy on their own, and this could be the Divine Feminine crying without him, not wanting to be alone. So them going away, finding peace together in a new life, inspired to a new life. So some very nice energy there, actually. And that Seven of Pentacles is just implementing a new plan and maybe spreading the word about it. okay? About the prisoner from another world. There may be a story about that. News at 7 and 11. So it's possible that it could be, you know, a Cancer that's implementing change in order to get out of this self-imposed prison of anxiety. So prism could be coming up too, as well as, you know, prism is the diamond light, the rainbow light. But this world isn't complete. So the cycle needs to complete. Their hands may just be tied until the cycle completes. It may just be a matter of waiting it out. Because you're, you know, at the end, like, you know, like when you're swimming and you get to the wall, sometimes you just have to wait it out to touch the wall. I'm getting that energy here. Just let yourself glide in until this turns around, and then this turns around, okay? And then you'll be free. And there's the sealed divine feminine, okay? So I'm going to put that back in, all right? And that could be the divine feminine for sure, with the Queen of Swords speaking their truth. Could be a masculine working to end his situation in order to shift the feminine into alignment with him. It's kind of interesting, actually. Let's see what we have for Scorpio with the Strength card reversed, which that also can be ego death. It can be feeling weak, needing courage, needing strength. Let's see, Scorpio. All right, so Scorpio's coming up with the Queen of Swords as well, but also with the Five of Cups reversed, which is about getting over loss and grief, no longer feeling sorry for yourself, going into the fourth leg of the race, having the third baton, but now letting go to complete the cycle. This is Scorpio speaking their truth and getting over themselves, okay? Or someone who was speaking their truth helped Scorpio get over themselves to let go of their grief with the truth, okay? So either Scorpio in ego death, or being helped in their weakness by truth being given to them by themselves or by someone else, helping them to get over being the victim and stand in their truth. So definitely could be some ego death there. And here's the next card. So we have the Hermit shedding light for them, or connecting with them in the 5D. Definitely could be Scorpio energy connecting with their twin. But this also can be Virgo energy. All right, so we'll leave that out. But definitely Scorpio connected to Leo, Virgo, and who had all the, yeah, and definitely Libra, since they had all the Leo cards. So you could have them all in all those signs in your chart, or it could be different people that you're dealing with. All right, that's Scorpio. And it's not like Scorpio to be in, like, you know, showing their weakness. So that definitely could be ego death for Scorpio. Let's see what Pisces has. Pisces, maybe Scorpio was feeling too weak to speak their truth and now found some help in the 5D to get over themselves, to get over the victim mentality of it, to find their truth, to triumph over weakness. Oh, that's funny. I'm pulling these because I turned them upside down before I put them back in the deck. They came back up this way for Pisces. So Pisces, that's Pisces energy also. So Pisces is released from prison with the King of Pentacles coming in. Woo-woo for Pisces. But Pisces is not in peace yet. They're still not sure of the situation. Like coming full circle to release themselves from anxiety, or maybe he's released himself from anxiety, but now she's not sure. Because that Six of Swords is upside down there. So Pisces wanting to find peace in a situation, or maybe, but until the King of Pentacles, I'm getting comes clean with her, but it's like he is coming clean with her now. King of Pentacles may be offering her something that she wanted, but now that he's finally coming around after a long time of not giving it to her, maybe she's just questioning her own trust, right? So still needing peace about the situation. It may just take time, but it's really positive. that Pisces needs to give themselves peace of mind. It's just the full moon too, right? It could just be the full moon energies knocking Pisces off balance. Okay. Needing to perform under these full moon energies may not be easy. And that was a motorcycle just going north really fast. Okay. So that's Pisces. And it could be just performing. So Pisces, if you're an actor or just, doing your daily duties, performing at work in the full moon energies, and actually overcoming the full moon energies, because there's a really positive energy there for Pisces. Pisces just has the need for peace, but everything else around them is like releasing them into their peace. That's like the angel and the devil, because this is Pisces energy, this is Capricorn. So with the release of the prisoner, and then this is Capricorn is in the prison there, this could be that Capricorn releasing themselves and coming forward to a Pisces energy. This could be amazing, actually. I know the devil's up, but I'm just getting that this is that Capricorn King of Pentacles upright energy who just released themselves from prison to Pisces. So that's really beautiful, actually. Okay. See? Then we have the King of Cups reversed. So someone may be a little emotionally detached or may have drinking issues, but wanting to start over. I think it's emotional detachment. They want to start over in love. So I don't want to go too many cards forward. Definitely a secret could be out, and new passion. So all those people don't have to be for Pisces. It could be even family members around them, things are happening for as well, but all related to the Pisces. So everything could be happening for a family member, but Pisces is not finding peace around it. Maybe Pisces worried they won't have that same relationship with this person if that King of Pentacles comes into their world. So interesting. So I'm going to show you the other cards. We end up here on the bottom of this deck with the Page of Pentacles reversed, which is someone who thinks they always need help, or could be an opportunist. It could be a child who's not a good student. It could be someone who's in need of help, money, invitation, whatever it is, right? Because this could be someone just pushed to their limits, spiritually overwhelmed and just can't take anymore. They need a hand up. But from Gemini, I was getting that this is where you need to be in order to come into union. Okay? All right, so these other cards down here were for the whole. And like I said, the devil was before those 4 cards at the top, underlying energy. So it definitely was energy for the day. It needed to be seen because today's the 15th with the full power of the Tower and the devil doing shadow work. So these, I'll show you the first. So these 4 cards were the first ones down there to summarize. So this is about lack of satisfaction of being alone. So you could have been here already, but now deciding, now that you're this, you don't want to be alone anymore, because that doesn't make you happy being alone. So masculines finding their sovereign comes up in this card. And this could be a masculine no longer wanting to be alone. This could be allowing themselves to fall. Like if you're not satisfied, allow yourself to fall, to drop the facade. If you lack faith, it's okay, allow it. Allow the purge. This is the Empress reversed, and then the Chariot. So, the Empress reversed can be different things. Like this can be someone, just an old person who's ill. It could be someone who's recovering from a miscarriage, right? Or abortion type of thing. Or it can be someone out of control, mean person, right? Who roughshods over everyone. Okay, someone who lacks faith, who's never satisfied, who doesn't get their wish. So this was coming up as that other person. Maybe that Queen of Cups energy, I think, that was reversed, that they're never satisfied. This can be this Emperor as well, that nothing makes them happy, right? They're always at war. They're always going to be pushing their way over others because they lack faith. Their fake is coming up, but they lack faith, or if they do foolish things, they don't get their wish because they're never satisfied, or they're just unhappy chronically. So it just depends what you are. If it's an older person, it could just be who's sick or just off. It could just be someone who's just not themselves, right? Because they're lacking faith. But even though they're reversed, they're going boldly forward anyway, which may not be a good idea, right? So if you're in your Empress reverse, even if you're not bad, if you're just off that day and you're usually the Empress upright, it's not a good time to go forward boldly like that when you're in that state of mind, especially at the full moon. So that's coming up. And the Empress reverse is coming up in the air column, so I don't know if could be an air sign. Then these cards came up. So like I said, the end of the war, this is after like the invasion of Normandy, but the war is over, the laying down of swords, where there needs to be some apologies or forgiveness. And then here's the surrender of the wounded warrior. This is someone losing their power, or they're no longer wanting to be single. So we had this for both the masculine and feminine. Both of them maybe have been in their power already and now no longer want to be single. They want to lose their independence, their sovereignty, their power. Okay? But they know that they can be this, but they know also now they can love themselves and now offer themselves to another as well. Okay? Clear on their decision. Someone who's gained clarity. This could also be someone at the end of the war, could be someone who's spent money on something, or like making this person surrender because they just spent all their money. Or because of the war, they lost all their money. Could be a divorce war. But now there's clarity. With nothing, there's clarity. That's where like that freedom came up for Libra. And then we have these cards, all right? So somebody might have gotten away with something. Somebody impatient, but psychic, secret, intuitive. There's very positive energy with this card. It's upright. But someone impatient to get away from them is coming up with this card that was deception. So there could be a secret that was deceptive. Someone who loses their temper, impatient, who there's a deception all around this. It all can be the same person, or it could be a couple different people, but there's deception everywhere in this. Because this could just be the secret of this deception. Or this could be a person who is psychic or intuitive, or just keeps to themselves, intuitive person. But this is no patience, no angel. So this was someone pretending to be an angel, but they weren't. They were a thief, a liar, cheat, whatever it was. So that's coming up. So that could be like a false twin type of thing. All right, and then we have the Queen of Wands coming up. All right, so there's separation, starting over in love. So she also no longer wants to settle anymore. This is someone who was coming out of deception and probably involved with the deception and separation, heartbreak, or could be heart issues as well. But here, no longer grounding and integrating, starting over, no longer settling. She wants the real thing as well. Okay, so love for everybody. All right, I'm gonna get going. You guys drink your water, get your rest, be in joy, and rise and be loved.